Michael, what does the Dallas Cowboys need to improve in order to be back in a Super Bowl?
Dallas Cowboys got to work on things. Dallas Cowboys have everything they need, shoulders down. That's a physical skill set to get to this game. A physical skill set, they have it. Now, center mass and shoulders up is what they have to work on. Center mass is heart. You got to want it more than anybody else want it. And last offseason, I hope it's not this offseason also, from the Dallas Cowboys, I heard a whole lot of talk about a whole lot of money. That's all everybody was talking about, contracts and money. And I heard a little, I heard a little bit of talk. I didn't hear any talk about championships, about leaving your mark on the game. And I think when you talk about wins, you talk about championships, all that other stuff will follow. When you talk about all of that other stuff, wins don't necessarily follow. They have to get back to making the main thing, and match the hunger of everybody that lines up across from them.
Jimmy Garoppolo, Playmaker, what do you see?
You played against the right guy. Michael, you played against Steve Atwater. He could go in the Hall of Fame this week. What did you think when you played against him? What do you think of his candidacy?
Steve Atwater was a beast, man. He was just flat out, he was a beast, and he came up. The way he played safety was the way you play safety. I mean, you did not want to get hit like Steve Atwater, man. And we'll all remember the Christian Okoye play, boom, in his tracks right there to show you the kind of hitter he is. So do I believe he's a Hall of Famer? I played against him in college, played against him in the NFL. Absolutely, Steve Atwater belongs with the gold jacket.
Jimmy Garoppolo, Playmaker, what do you see?
When you have those alpha dog guys.
I love the maturation of Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, let me tell you, too, now, guys, Jimmy G is in a tough position. I mean, I don't know that anybody's been in a more difficult position than Jimmy G in this situation. Because Jimmy G, he's coming from the GOAT because he backed up Tom Brady for so long. And somehow he'll be measured to what Tom does because you were his backup. It's supposed to be replaced him in New England. It didn't work out. Now you're in San Francisco. So you're going to be matched up to the GOAT of all time. And even in this game, you're playing pretty much the one that everybody has labeled the GOAT of this time. And that's Patrick Mahomes. So he's sitting. You know how they said rocking the hard play? He's sitting between two GOATs. He's sitting between two GOATs and trying to raise his hand and make his mark in his name. He has to beat a GOAT to start beating the GOAT. He has to beat this GOAT that we call, because Patrick Mahomes is, say what you will, is revolutionizing the way we look at the quarterback position. And you get these type of athletes every now and then. We watched as Larry Bird shot the perfect three-point shot it in form. Reggie Miller, the perfect three-point shot it in form. And Steph Curry, he barely touches that thing, and it goes in every time. He revolutionized the way we look at the basketball game and the three-point shot. Pat Mahomes is doing the same thing at the quarterback position. He's throwing off all these different platforms. He's throwing no-look passes. No-look pass. If that pass would have gotten intercepted and been a pick six on a no-look, we would have hammered him with the John Henry hammer. We would have killed him in the press. What is he doing? What's wrong with this kid? But he pulled it off, man. He is revolutionizing the way we see the quarterback position.
On the Hall of Fame thing, you talked earlier about Atwater, another guy that didn't make it as a finalist, Steve Tasker, and what he meant for special teams. Do you think he's a Hall of Famer, and would you like to see more of an emphasis on special teams?
And you hear people all the time talk about the importance of special teams because it's a third of the game, And Tasker, when you ask what is a Hall of Famer, and I tell people this, great is you did something spectacular in a moment in time. Greatness says I did something spectacular over time, all the time. And he did spectacular stuff on the special team. Let me tell you why greatness says I did it over time. And when you hit greatness, that opens you up for being in the Hall. Because everybody has said when they went in those special team meetings, you see 89 right here, we got to stop this fella. We got to do something to stop this fella. And he still got it done. He still made those plays. That's how you determine if this guy belongs amongst the great.
Sir,
Michael. Troy has talked about stepping away from the broadcast booth at various times and potentially wanting to run a team. Knowing him like you know him, knowing his mind like you know it, how do you think he'd do with that job?
I mean, he would do a great job. Troy's it's so detailed about everything. Have you ever seen him write? It's perfect writing. I mean, it's like typewriter writing. I'm serious. Like, man, did you type this? It's perfect writing. It's how detailed he is in every little way. And that's what it takes to be great in that business, in the arena, a building, a football team. You got to be detailed, not just finding guys that can jump, run, and catch, but also mashing together personalities to put them together. You got to be detailed and understand all of those aspects. You got aspects of the game. You got to always see the 360. That's Troy to a T. So I believe Troy would do a fantastic job if he ever grabbed that role and had to work that job.
Michael, share with us those plays or the one or two plays you remember the most fantastic play in the 100 years of National Football League history.
Excuse me, say it again?
Share with us those plays you remember the most fantastic in the 100 years of the history of this sport.
Oh, man. The plays that they called or the plays that I come up with, I think about. It's the plays I think about, man. And there's been, we've had so many plays. I watched personally. You know, I watched, there was a run that Emmitt Smith had. It was so funny. I think it might have been Detroit or Atlanta, one of them, because he had so many great runs. And I remember one time he had a great run, went in the hole, everybody tackled him, bounced back out. I thought they had tackled him, went around the corner, and then I came in and I was trying to still off a block, get in the end zone. I went to the sideline. I said, oh, my God. I was all over him, and I said, that's the greatest run I've ever seen. Oh, my God, I couldn't believe you made that run, man. And he was just so quiet, and he looked at me and he said, you think so? I said, that's the greatest run I've ever seen. He said, you shouldn't have seen it. You should have been blocking somebody, you know. So I tell you I saw it. I'll never tell him again I saw it because, like he said, I should have been blocking somebody, and it's probably the greatest run I've ever seen because I wasn't blocking somebody. I was busy watching him just like everybody else that watched that run.
Michael, you used to be a playmaker. Do you think McCarthy is the right guy for the Cowboys?
Well, that remains to be seen. But I like the choice from the standpoint that he's already walked the walk. You know, how can I take you where I did not go? How can I tell you what I do not know? How can I take you where I did not go? He's gone there. He's gone to a Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl right there in Dallas. He's walked that walk so he can sit down and talk with those guys. All NFL players want to win a Super Bowl. Excuse me. They all want to win. Everybody wants to win a Super Bowl. And if they think that you can help them get there, then they will pay attention and give you their ear, and hopefully they will pay attention and give him their ear.
I'm sorry, you said earlier that you want to hear more about championships and less about money.
Right.
Quarterback has a contract situation. Amari Cooper has a contract situation. How do they get that happen? There's so much money that has to be taken care of. How do they maintain that focus?
Yeah, but they can't. The only way, if they want to help their money situation, it's nothing you can do about talking about it. Right. You help it on the football field. So get to the point where you're saying to everybody, I'm not discussing that, man. All I'm discussing is about how can I win championships. I'm not. I know. In the media, that's what everybody wants to talk about. I'm part of the media. I want to hear when is the deal getting done. When is all of these things. But you got to have a monomaniacal attitude about one thing, and that's getting the rings. That's what I'm so happy for Jimmy Johnson and getting in the hall. But every day there's something I live on right now today that Jimmy gave me while he was playing. You know, while we were playing, things that he used, man. And these guys, they have to set their mind. Set your mind and your body will follow. You can't let your body control your mind. Set your mind and your body will follow. Set your mind on championships and your damn body, it will follow it.
Jason Garrett's decision not to sit out a year and go right back to be the Giants offensive coordinator.
Coach is coach, man. Coach is coach. And you get right back to building yourself back up, man. And to sit out a whole year, You know, I thought it was interesting, even listening to Mike McCarthy talk about sitting out a whole year. That's a hard thing. It's a hard thing. So I commend him for jumping right back in the fray, getting right back to it and trying to rebuild and get his name back up there so he can get considered again and get back in the head.
You know him better than most of us, obviously. What will he bring for Saquon Barkley, for Daniel Jones, for that Giants offense that has some playmakers?
Yeah, and Coach Garrett he'll bring stability, and what didn't work in Dallas may work in New York. You know, you don't like that he's not in Dallas. They say they need a more fiery guy, a more fiery. In New York, you get a lot of fiery from the press. Maybe you don't need. Maybe the players would appreciate a more level guy because they're dealing with all that fire in the press because it's the #1 market. So maybe it works out better for him in New York, and I hope and pray that it does.
Michael, strategically speaking, what does Kansas has to do in order to win the Super Bowl next Sunday?
Excuse me?
Strategically speaking, tactically speaking, what needs Kansas to do in order to win?
Well, Kansas got to start fast. Kansas City, what they haven't done the last couple of weeks is they haven't started fast, and you know they give up early points to Tennessee. They gave up early points to Houston. They're down 24-21 over to Houston. If you let San Fran get that lead, then you're going to have a problem. But by the same token, they're so explosive, they're never out of the game.
Who do you think is going to win?
I got San Francisco winning the game, even though that my heart says that when I see it and analyze the game and break down the matchups. My head says San Fran wins the game. My heart wants Kansas City to win the game so that San Fran will still have 5 Super Bowls just like the Cowboys.
Do you speak Spanish?
No, I wish I did, man. I want to be able to speak Spanish. I've been trying to study Spanish so I can come and speak to you guys in your language. I really have. All I've learned is no es posible. That's all I am. Not possible. That's all I've learned, man. But I want to know. Can you imagine a big black guy like me, old football player, coming to your country, speaking your language, talking about our beloved Cowboys? It could be heaven.
Man,
I just got to find the right people to teach me how to speak Spanish, and I'm on my way.
I can help you.
Hey, Mike.
Thank you, man.
How
Thank you very
special
much.
is it- How special is it